What's going on, YouTubers? Tio here, Simplistic Fishing. We are actually going to finish up Lake Travis this time. I can't believe it. We're 6 episodes in and finally done with the breakdown for Lake Travis. This will be our last episode, but don't worry, we've got lots of other lakes in Texas for you to check out. And don't forget, check out our website, simplisticfishing.com, for a ton of different lakes in Texas that we've already broke down. You can get all these waypoints on your card, stick them into to your graph, and you're good to go. So anyways, let's go ahead and finish out Lake Travis tonight. Here we go. Man, can you believe it? We're actually going to finish out this lake. This one has been a monster. I think we've got like Texoma and a couple other ones, Toledo Bend, Sam Rayburn, that may have taken this many videos, but that was about it. So let's go ahead and talk about it really quick. If you've missed all the other lake breakdowns, this is the first one you're going to see. We've got this broken down by a bunch of different groups over here. You can see one is going to be all the different channels that are going to be on the lake. So a lot of different channels and things like that to be able to fish around. And this is really about positioning the boat correctly in those creek channels. And so that's why we put the tracks there to really show you exactly where that creek channel is. And also so you can identify where the bends, the swings and stuff like that are very easily. You've also got a bunch of different cover and ledges. We'll talk about it all. There's a ton of stuff out here for Lake Travis. We've got ditches, several different areas, especially on this side that we're on now, the south side of Travis. Seen a lot of good ditches to fish around and things like that. And then we've also got ramps, a billion different ramps out here on this lake. And then last but not least, different types of rock formations and rock piles and stuff like that that are going to be high percentage areas. So let's go ahead and select all of this stuff. We're going to zoom in. I'm going to move this over just a little bit more, and then I am going to come up here and change our date back to 2014. So we're going to start in 10 of 14, but don't worry, I'll go back and forth so you can see what in the world I'm talking about, and you can also be able to really tell where all the different things are. So last time that we finished, we actually made it all the way up here, right here around this marina, I believe is where we finished off at. West Beach Cove. So that's where we stopped at last time. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start right here and we are going to work our way back down. Now, if you missed the other videos that we did, we actually started at the dam. We covered the east side and the north side. We went all the way up to the end of the river, and then we came all the way back down, and now we're right here, and we're finishing off with our 6th video. So let's talk about what we see in here. One, we got a nice little ditch that's right here. These are those little ditches that I was talking about. A couple different ramps that are over here in this area. So these could be decent just because they're isolated. All of these, this is crazy. Look at all those ramps. Ton of ramps there. I don't even know if I would even fish the ramps. There's so many of them. I guess I would because I can't pass up a boat ramp, but I'm not going to fish every one of them. But I'd fish a few of them just to see if that was a pattern. But the main thing that I would look at here would be this nice little ditch that's right in here. It's got a really good little ditch with some really good rock around it and stuff like that. Some cover as well with some vegetation. I could see that just being a really good collecting spot for them. Again, lots of ramps, right? Ramps. Tons of them here. The swing's really up here. So this is going to be more your primo area on this side when you're coming around this corner. And then we get back in here. Didn't see anything out here on these little flat areas. Nothing at all. Just pretty much bare. Back in here, didn't see too much back in here either. Just a bunch of different ramps. Maybe right here where it kind of swings down, you know, right here in this spot right here where it's collecting right there, there could be a possible little bit of a ledge or something like there, right in there that can make that a pretty good spot. But I didn't see anything back in here that really just got me excited. That little point's good. Lots of ramps and stuff like that. Just not too much from a fishing standpoint. Again, if I was fishing, I'd probably be more on this side where more the rock is and everything else. But it doesn't mean that I wouldn't come over here and check this out because you never know, you might find something good over here. But if we look right in here, it says Biggins Fishing Guide. I don't know why that's out here right into the middle of the lake, but if you look right over in here, There's something going on right here. I don't know if this is the start of some really good rock or what it is, but something's going on right here in this little area, right off the edge of that little point right there. That point could be good right there where I put the rock out. This one could be good too. I just like that one because it was different. Something's happening in that area. That the whole color of the land changed there. Now, as we move further down here, let me show you guys where I'm at. I'm getting ready to get into the last bin. I'm right here. Come down in here again, not seeing too much, but there were a pretty good pile of stick ups right here. If you look right here, it's like they've been carved out right, just right in that special area. And so if I move the lake up, let's say 2018, those stick ups are totally submerged. So you'd have no idea those were there. So I could see that being a good little spot to go check out. Let's draw that back to 2014. So weird that they're just like perfectly set up there. Then we come over here. We got a good little creek channel that's right here. So that looks pretty decent. And then again, another one of those walls, right? There's that rock wall that we were talking about. It comes all the way down here and comes up here. I mean, this looks like an old field. It even looks like it has like mowing lines in it. I'm not even sure what all those lines are. Someone was out there just driving around or what the heck was going on. But very interesting area right there for sure. Got stick ups, ramps, some more rock back here, a little isolated. This could be one of those walls again, but a nice little isolated rock pile. You got a decent little creek channel coming through here with some really good stick ups and cover that's going to be right there in that channel. So just position your boat out in here and trying to find the fish out in here, especially around those stick ups. And then that little creek channel right there, that could have the potential in this area for sure. So again, let's draw that back up 2018. We're in 2019 now. Go back to 2018. You don't have any idea. You can see a little bit of remnants of it because you can see the stick ups right here, but that's about it. You wouldn't have any idea that all that stuff was going on right there underneath your boat. So pretty cool stuff. All right, so let's go back to 2014. Let's keep moving down. We got more ramps, lots of ramps, and these little ditches. So you could just check out these little ditches if that was a good pattern that you had going on. And the one I like this one because it has a little bit of rock right off the edge of it. So it's kind of nothing, and then all of a sudden you get a little hard spot, and you've got a nice little ditch that's coming down here, creating some pretty good drops and stuff like that. So could have some potential there. And again, if you're looking now, the river swing is starting to swing more this way, and that's why we're starting to see the rock and some more interesting stuff. You've also got some pretty good point right here coming right off the river channel swing, so you can check out that point. I didn't see much back in here. There just wasn't much I could mark for you guys. A couple crappy looking ramps. That was about it. We've got some ramps over here too, but nothing really too special. Now coming off of the swing right here though, you guys have heard me talk about this probably 1,000 different times, but I love to fish the edges of where the swings begin and where they end. So right here, this point, it actually ends right around in here. This is a money spot right in here. Definitely would be a really good spot to go take a look at. Now, this next spot is pretty cool because it depends on if the water's up or not. And I love the label that they put out here because they call this Sometimes Island, and it really is a Sometimes Island. So you got 2014 here. If I go to a 2015, still seeing it. Let's go up to 2016. Now all of a sudden that whole island that we just saw is totally gone. And now you have some pretty good fishing areas right in there, right? So even 2018, I mean, you're starting to see a little bit of it starting to show itself. If I get up to 2022, which is right now, and the lake's still down, a little bit now as well, you can still just barely see it. So we've got a lot of good stuff in there. So let's go back. Let's take this back to 2014 now that you see what it looks like when the water's decent. This is when the water is way, way down low. So now we can really take a look and see what's going on here. So if we look, sorry for the zooming back and forth, the river channel comes through here, right? It starts to touch this bank line a little bit. I talked to you about that. It hits it really hard right in here. And it's going to hit this island, really this point. It's not an island. It's an actual point that comes out. But it comes in and the river channel swings really hard right here against this. Really good river channel swing right in here. So real good area for fish to collect up on. Now, when you're looking at that island, what you've also got on the island on the flip side of this, you've got a ledge right here. If I zoom in, let me see if I can get us a better image. Here we go. A little bit better image. You can see where that creek channel is. So you can see there's a break here on this side. And then on this side's the top of the island, and it's pretty flat. And you've got these little ditches that are in here too. So this all looks pretty juicy. Definitely trying to locate them could be a little bit of trick because it's big. It's a big area, but maybe just going in here and looking at these little different ravines, little different ditches, and then definitely scanning right up along where that creek channel runs all along the side of that point, because that's going to be your deeper side. You're going to have some good breaks. You're probably going to have brush piles, all kinds of stuff that's going to collect up in there from that river, pushing it up into that area. All right, so once you get there and you swing around the edge of that point, obviously just the whole point, just you're going to need to scan it and figure it out. You know, there's going to be fish on that point somewhere. There's a the river channel swing hitting it here. You're on the inside bend here on this. You're going to have a nice little flat around here, somewhere in here. So there's just lots of good potential there off the top of that island. And then as we move back, we already talked about all these different ditches. You could check out those ditches. There's only what, 4 more spots, and we're going to call this a wrap for Lake Travis. So as we move back down here, we get down here to the Mansfield Dam boat ramp. That boat ramp looks like it has potential because it's, you know, it's down here. It's in really deep water. Just looks like it definitely could have some potential. It doesn't look that busy either. Also, when we get back down over here, we've got some interesting debris. Now let's look at this. I believe that's a boat. I know that's a boat. That's like an old sailboat here. I don't know what this is. Maybe that's an old pontoon boat of some sort, an old barge or something. There looks like there's something here as well. There's also appears to be some buoys over here. So this could be like a diving spot where they go and they do diving. But as long as they're not diving out there and they'll let you fish there, that would be a pretty cool place to fish around. And then you also got some additional rock and debris down here. If you look right here, these big old boulders and things like that. Now, I don't know if they'll let you get this close to the dam. Probably should have thought of that before I showed you that. But if you can get over here, some really good rock going on right in there as well. I don't think you can. Maybe that's your buoys right there. Maybe somewhere up in here. But if you can, that'd be cool. Or if you're bank fishing, you know, you could fish around in there. You got some pretty good stuff right in that area as well. So that is a wrap for Lake Travis. That covers us for everything. All the different things that we found. Again, make sure to go out, check out our website, simplisticfishing.com, and please, please, please go check out our sponsor, habitoutdoors.com. You can use code simplisticfishing20 at checkout and get a 20% discount off your order. They got all kinds of good fishing and hunting apparel, and they were sponsored by MLF, so now they got the MLF clothing as well. So anyways, guys, I hope you've enjoyed these lake breakdowns. If you missed any of them, just go out, check out the Lake Breakdown playlist, and you'll be able to go back. They're all out there. You can go back, watch them as many times as you want. Hopefully, this will help you get on a big one. Till next time, hope you catch your PB. Take it easy.